welcome back to my channel. My name is Schauer, and today I'm going to be doing some art. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I used to love doing art because I was in a sorority, and I love crafts. Wait, let me light the candles. This is called Broken Rosary. Any Catholics in the crowd? Anyone break from their faith? Anyone have a deeply damaging religious trauma story they'd like to share? So basically, I really did love crafting when I was younger, but when I got out of a sorority, I was kicked out because I couldn't afford it anymore. Womp womp, whatever. I didn't really have an excuse to craft because, I don't know why. I can just paint whenever I want. I really do love painting. You know that video of that guy or that picture of that guy who ate a lot of paint and he had like mint green paint around his mouth? I get that. It does look like really fun to eat, like Wallace and Gromit. I know that if I took a bite out of Wallace and Gromit, he would stick to the top of my mouth like a ham and cheese sandwich on white bread, and it would just be like...
Nice.
So sometimes I do want to eat paint, but I won't because I don't want my brain to be damaged. Okay, so basically this is the idea. There is this museum called the Museum of Bad Art, which is a museum of bad art. It is a website, but it does have 3 brick and mortar locations, but I was looking through their website because I love bad art, and I wanted to paint some bad art. I wanted to see if I could create art that was up to par to being in the museum. Isn't painting just so therapeutic? You know what's also therapeutic? The sponsor of today's video, Cerebral. Cerebral is a mental health platform that provides access to ongoing online prescription medication management, counseling and therapy for anxiety, depression, insomnia, and other conditions, all for a flat monthly rate. Treatment for ADHD, bipolar, and PTSD are available in certain states. Cerebral allows you to visit your provider, therapist, or care counselor from the comfort of your own home, so you can participate in therapy sans pants. And you can message your care team at any time, so it's like therapy is right in your pocket, or your shirt pocket, because you don't have pants on. Cerebral's comprehensive online care is designed for long-term treatment. Your therapist and doctor are talking to each other, which doesn't usually happen in the real world. I feel like in the past, my psychiatrist has never spoken to another doctor a day in his life. Cerebral is also super affordable. You can get it with or without insurance. I do know that Cerebral is in-network for some insurers, though. And with that, Cerebral can cost up to 3 times less than traditional therapy services. I've been working with Cerebral for a while now, and I do like the therapist that they paired me with. I have a cornucopia of mental illnesses from anxiety, depression, ADHD. So the person that they paired me with is really, really helpful in all those regards, and I feel like that's so unique. It's very hard to find someone whose expertise is in all of those areas. So this is how you get started with Cerebral. Start by filling out a short online form, answering a few questions to help Cerebral understand your symptoms. From there, you can choose to subscribe to one of 3 different membership options based on your needs and budget. Cerebral does have a convenient mobile app available on the Apple Store and Google Play. So like I said, if you want to have your therapist in your pocket, shirt pocket, butt pocket, wherever your pocket is, oh gosh, Cerebral will be there for you. Also, did you know that Simone Biles, the best gymnast in the entire world, is their chief impact officer? She's been super open about her mental health, which is super admirable. Last summer, she was having really bad anxiety, and the entire world seemed to be yelling at her, and she's like, no, I'm going to prioritize myself and take a step back. I was like, you go, Simone. That being said, champion your mental health. If you'd like to take the next step working on your mental health, click the link in my description, fill out the questionnaire, and get connected with your provider right away. The first month starts at only $30. Now, I feel like the bad art within this museum is actually good art, and there's like decent composition and colors, and I'm just like guessing. Also, I'm wearing a white turtleneck, so it's not really the best thing to paint in, but I was trying to like have this romantic vibe. Like, what's that movie where they're doing like clay and like the they come up behind her, and then he they make clay together. So I was gonna do some art. I do have my GoPro, which I haven't turned on just yet, but I was going to look through the Museum of Bad Art's bad art with you. They have a bunch of pun collections where it's like portraits instead of portraits. It's like portraits, you're emphasizing your portraits, and then someone painted that. Yes, exactly. And then I was gonna choose a couple of the categories, and I was going to give myself 5 to 10 minutes to paint each prompt and then see if my art would make it in the Museum of Bad Art. But let me tell you a little bit about the museum. So since 1994, the Museum of Bad Art has been dedicated to bad art. It is only through the efforts of the worldwide Friends of MOBA that we have been able to carry out our mission to bring the worst of art to the widest of audiences. MOBA maintains this website as well as 3 brick and mortar galleries, all in Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, they're all in Boston. I thought one was in Canada. Through traveling exhibits, special special events and changing exhibits. We share the best bad art ever assembled in 1, 2, or 3 museums. So basically, they've curated a bunch of bad art. And the Museum of Bad Art is a unique institution occupying a niche previously ignored in the international community of art collection, preservation, and interpretation. I would say that most NFTs are bad art. They're all just monkeys that are worth like $200,000, even though it's a front to get out of like tax exemption or something like that or whatever. So I'm going to take you through the collections right now. The pieces in the MOBA collection range from the work of talented artists that have gone awry to works of exuberant, although crude execution by artists barely in control of the brush. They said, God bless, these people are artists in the most basic sense. What they all have in common is a special quality that sets them apart in one way or the other from the merely incompetent. So as a merely incompetent, I would like to paint something. I have this sketchbook that my best friend Allison gave me. The only thing I have in it right now was when Brittany texted me one time and asked me to explain the difference between, I drew this like, this diagram. She asked me how someone can be trans and non-binary at the same time. So that's the only thing in here is how I tried to explain umbrella terms to her. But we have this sketchbook. I'm going to rip out a page. I have these basic colors from Blick Art. If you're from Los Angeles, go Blick, go Blick. And then I have these little paint doohickeys thingamabobs. I did also, since there was one called Portraits, I figured I would be painting myself, so I had to get exceptionally pale pastels. I think they're called the Sickly Collection. I do have some cups and then a bunch of paintbrushes. Super, super excited. So the collections are called Portraits. Face it, people are not easy, except me. Doppelhangers, portraits that, intentionally or not, resemble famous people. Okay, so I assume if you do a doppelhanger, it's someone who looks kind of famous, but they're like bloated and unrecognizable, as if they've been floating in a river for a while after weeks of being dead. And then there's In the Nude. Warning, contains nudity with 2 O's. That's promising. MOBA sports section. Sometimes rules are broken. I understand that. MOBA Zoo. Our furry, feathered, fishy friends. Look, Ma, no hands. There is no painting for this, so I think it's might have been taken down. And then there's Unlikely Landscapes. Here the symbols crash. The Rainbow Collection. People of all colors are welcome. Oh, I thought it was sloppy gay people. And in that case, I was like, well, this is my zhuzh. The next one is Oozing My Religion. There's no prompt on that. Unseen Forces. It's not an easy struggle. And I. And there's just a bunch of eyes. So I think the first one I'm going to start with is Portraits. Now, I have not looked through the collections at this point, but I'm just going to paint a portrait of myself. It's not supposed to be good. It's not supposed to be great. But at the end of this, I need you all to utilize your artist's eyes and tell me if I deserve to be in MOBA or not. All right, let me open my basic colors. I probably should not be painting in a white sweater, but that's besides the point. Okay. So I'm going to give myself a timer of 10 minutes to create a portrait, which is a portrait of myself. I am not utilizing a mirror because I did not think this far in advance, so I'm just gonna have to guess what I look like. Let's go. All right, so I am exceptionally pale. Actually really nervous about this. Oh, these might be too pale. Every artist ever is like, no. You should have mixed it beforehand. No. I'm going to take this color, and it's acrylic 292. I do not know, like, where you find the name. Also, if you hear Dopey, he's just wandering around the background. Oh, frick, I don't have any water. So let's take a big brush. This is a Blick Essential Wash half, whatever. Are you supposed to even dip it in water? Oh my God, I'm sorry. All right, what do I look like? I look like a big round thing. Yes, that's me. I have a neck, very thick neck. Don't really have any collarbones, but I could, and that's the important part. My forehead is a lot bigger, so I'm gonna take it up a bit, take it up a hair. There we go. It's more square. My head is very square. When I was young and in that school, elementary school, I used to brag to all the other kids because I could balance books on my head because my head was so flat, and I think that's because my skin is not this yellow. My skin is not this yellow, but fuck it. My skin is not this yellow. Give me some definition in the cheeks. There's literally no reason for this. My skin is not this yellow. I'm gonna I didn't bring anything to wipe off my brush. An artist's work is never perfect. I have blue eyes, so I'm going to use the acrylic. Dopey, if you even so much as meow, I just need a dabble of that. Some blue. There we go. Now I'm going to put this brush down in the little liquid. Fudge. I don't do this. Why did I do this? I have a lot of pink in my skin, so let's do some pink. Hate this. Pink all over. Oh, geez. What did I just do? All right, cool. That could be me. This would be me if you were describing me to a sketch artist and you saw me in passing and it was their first day on the job. Now let's give me some hair. I'm going to take this big brush because I did learn from some artists. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Not long ago that you're always supposed to do the outline of your hair before you actually... What color is my hair? Brown? All I have is black. All I have is black. I could mix colors. Fucking dumbass. Let me take a brush and mix some colors. Let's take some white and some black to make some brown. Everyone who's ever learned anything about the color wheel is like, I'm gonna fucking strangle you if I ever meet you. Oh, just stuck my finger in it. Oh, it's white and black make black. Fuck. All right. Long hair. This is not me. This is not me. All right. You know what? You know what? It could be me. Oh, yeah. That could be me. Every artist ever is fucking cringing. Let's give myself some eyebrows. Yeah, that's some Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow right there if I've ever seen it. Give myself some eyeliner. Eyeliner. This is an awfully big brush to be doing eyeliner. Oh, jeez. This looks so ugly. You know what? No. Did Van Gogh ever doubt himself? He did notoriously doubt himself. The most disturbed man of all time. Was Van Gogh ever upset? Nah. All right. I look like... No! Come on! This is me. This is me we're talking about. Does this look like me? Let's make me smile a little bit. Oh, no! It looks like I just farted. It looks like I just ripped a fart. Well, this is the least stressful paint class I've ever been in. All right, let's give me some lips. So let's take some skin color and just dab it on. And my skin looks like stucco now. How do you just dab on color? Oh, this looks like I have horrible acne. I just want to dab on the color. How do you just... You know what? Actually, that could be me. Let's give my hair some texture. I don't know why I put this in the liquid. Oh, I just painted another brush. You know what? Let's give my hair some texture. There is no real definition to my face. So let's... Do I have a dark brown? How do you make dark brown? No, I don't need more black. Okay, so... Black and red and black and red and I'm just gonna do black and red. Give myself a chin. All right. Now more definition to my fucking nose. This is gonna give me some shadows. This could be me if you had -20 vision. All right, here we go, guys. This is my final portrait. I hope you guys like it. It is me at my essence. Can you see it? Can you see the resemblance? Do you guys like it? Could that be me? I gave myself some titties to make it more realistic. So let's look through portraits. So our first portrait is a young woman in blue. The Pout, purchased by her mother at a yard sale in Washington, D.C. in the 1970s. It was donated in April of 2014. The artist made some interesting choices depicting the anatomic proportions as well as the demeanor of the young woman in this little portrait. If she is a fully proportionate woman, this is a little bit off, but I would say that, honestly, I feel like my portrait holds up. This next one is the dance of family relations. What is this? 9 older people surround a long coffin-like table, seemingly about to enjoy a meal. Most of them are gaze directly at the viewer, while one couple shares a private joke. 2 of the figures are out of focus, possibly indicating that they are deceased. A negative space silhouette feast before them lacks detail. Images of cell division mitosis are interspread with representation of Doc Edgerton's iconic strobe photos of a bullet shattering a light bulb along the top of a painting and the likeness of milk drop cornet coronet strobe photos line at the bottom. Okay, so within this photo, this is a very cursed Last Supper where two of the people are dead, and then in the middle of it, for some reason, is mitosis. This seems like a high school art project that I would do when the prompt was like, think deeply, or what means something to you, and I'm like, mitosis. Oh, this is ugly. So there is Pink Woman Ascending by Anonymous. I think that this is the same level of Pink Woman Ascending. Would you not agree? I think that they're the same. A monochrome pink woman inexplicably ascends from a wheat field. Interesting. All right, so I would definitely say, judging by Pink Woman Ascending, that my art belongs in MOBA in portraits. So if anyone wants this, please let me know. This is a missing persons photo drawn by a kindergartner who just watched The Lady with the Dragon Tattoo. So this is not accurate to me at all, but I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed this so much. You're like, I don't fucking care. This is not that bad. This is definitely not me though. All right. So the next one is doppelhangers, portraits that intentionally or not resemble famous people. And I have a very specific famous person in mind that I feel like you all would resonate with. So we're going to start off with a bunch of red. Just a bunch of red. This is not the best brush for this. So a bunch of red. Why does this suck so much ass? That's all I have. Let me take a small little brush and do a little red at the bottom. I think you guys may know who this is. It's getting a little bit too abstract. I need more red. It's too distorted. It's gonna get on my computer and I'm literally gonna get homicidal. Tonight after this, I'm watching Spider-Man No Way Home and I'm super excited. I just want to see Tobey Maguire in a completely normal setting. You know, so reminder, this is doppelhangers, which is someone famous. Now I'm gonna need a little bit of black to give him an outline. I told my best friend that I was a good painter and she's gonna watch this and be like, you freaking liar. Remember, there is a time crunch, so normal. As if there wasn't a time crunch, this would be any better. All right, now we need some white to make it a little bit realistic. Now we need a little bit more red to fill in his arms. And then some black for his mouth to separate his teeth. I don't need the full time for this one because I'm all done. I didn't even start the timer, so that's perfect. Okay, so this is part of my doppelhanger collection, and it is the Kool-Aid Man. I would say it's pretty accurate. Let's look up the Kool-Aid Man. Yeah, I just didn't give him a nose. If you saw this on a Kool-Aid pouch, would you know what they were referencing? Here, let me add a little nose. Kool-Aid Man. Let's look at what's going on in MOBA. Would this make it in the MOBA collection? So just a reminder, this is called doppelhangers. The first one is called Aura of Decision. A doe-eyed beauty resembling Molly Ringwald glows with anxiety as she balances the influences of a sinister crone and a singularly unattractive cherub. That is Molly Ringwald? That looks like Joey King. If you showed me that and you're like, is that Molly Ringwald? I would simply say no. Our next one is President Clinton. White-knuckled Bill Clinton is portrayed furtively glancing away from the viewer. The artist's rendition of the president's tie offers a clue into the source of his tension. So his tie is a little bit too tight. The source of my Kool-Aid Man's tension is the plethora of meth mixed into his juice. What is this? Okay, this is actually pretty bad. The President Clinton one, but I would understand the reference a little bit just because the suit. The next one is Inauguration Day 1961. Mark Finley. The president's father beamed with pride on that cold, windy day when his son, looking eerily like the future king of pop. Who is that? His face is gray. His face is gray. Ignored the snow piling up on his face and suggested we not ask what our country could do for us. Is this a Kennedy? That is supposed to be John F. Kennedy? That looks like, oh my God. He's completely gray. That's supposed to be, oh my God. So I would say that these are all horrendous. The one of Kennedy is damning. So I think that my picture of the Kool-Aid Man fits in the Museum of Bad Art. Let me know down below. Tell me with your artist's eye if this deserves to be there. Also, if you'd like this photo, please let me know, and I will put on some lipstick and give it a kiss. Actually, I won't, because Omicron. I will sign it, and I will put it in a nice little slip so you don't ever have to touch it with your own grimy little fingers. So our next category is in the nude. And I assume it's just people in the nude. However, we are on YouTube, so I can't paint myself in the nude. So I'm just going to give a whimsical retelling of what my body is shaped like beneath these garments. So once again, we're going to need some white. I'm going to slather it on. Oh, there's so much hair in the paint. So I'm going to draw my head. My head is very round, almost like an orb. I have a thick neck, indicative of heart disease. I have wide shoulders, but not fun wide shoulders, not like swimmer wide shoulders, but like taking up too much room on a bus shoulders. Now, my chest is rather lackluster, so my breasts, just gonna give them a generally tan tint. And my stomach is equally as wide as my breasts. I'm what you would call someone with no shape. And then my legs, I'm gonna give myself some hip dips and some alcohol fat. Now, alcohol fat is largely visceral and collects around your organs, so it's very hard to lose, and it is very dangerous if you have a large collection of visceral fat. So be on the lookout for that. You will know it's visceral fat if it's mostly around your midsection. Now, this looks like me as if I'm laying down and I've just been found after floating lifelessly in a river. This is horrible. This is horrible. Let's give me some thighs and a deep V crotch. Most people have the deep V around their hips. I have it around my crotchal muscles. Give me a little belly button. This is unflattering. I did this to myself. I'm gonna give myself some accurate coloring. Oh, immediately not accurate. Just painted myself pink. I am pink though, that's the thing. As artists say, there is no wrong way to paint flesh. All right, my tummy, which is whiter than the rest of my belly because it doesn't ever see the sun. My crotch, which I do need a darker shade of pink, because there is a lot of friction on my inner thighs, which does darken the inner thigh. And it's completely normal. If anyone tells you that it's not normal, they are lying to you. Everybody's body is different and valid, especially mine, and especially my thighs. Dark inner thighs. Let's take it up a little bit and around the belly because I wear exceptionally tight underwear. Anytime I used to go through TSA, my crotch would go off because my underwear was actually so tight. It trapped a lot of heat down there, and it read very unusually on the monitor. All right, let's add I'm adding some nipples. Mine are very far apart. You know, eyebrows should be sisters, not twins. My nipples are distant second cousins. You know what? I do like my body. It's pleasantly disturbing, like a campy horror movie. All right, now let's cover in my breasts. Why are my breasts the same color as my nipples? You know what? We've just really ruined this picture. Ruined it as if it started off good. Let's add some definition. So we are going to need a detailing brush to accentuate my curves. Let's make my curves a little bit darker. Here's my tits. My boobs have a dark gray outline, much like a comic book character. It's something that all the girls notice when they take off my shirt. I do have one singular ab up here. Everything else is not muscle. This is how you paint a portrait. Here's my neck, my thick German neck. This is not that bad. This is me. All right, let's make it you know what? That's not necessary, but I already did it. We're not gonna go any much further than that. That's enough of that. You know what? That was completely unnecessary. The bush, I'm going to paint over that. Here, let's just paint over it with pink. There we go. There we go. Inflamed. Very irritated. I wore a Victoria's Secret underwear without washing it. That's why it's so pink down there. Jeez, that's even worse. And then paint my thigh and the rest of my torso. Let's combine this. This is unsettling. I'm sorry that I did this to everyone. It's too dark down there now. It's too dark.
It's too dark. Give me some blush on my cheeks and some definition around my fingers. And I think that we might be done. Every artist knows that the easiest part of human body to paint is the hands. Very dark hands. My body is almost threatening. Give me some hair once again. We're going to have to block off this. We're going to have to censor it, or else I'm going to get demonetized. Not for nudity, but for bad art. All right, guys. This is my body in its final form. We're going to blur out some things, but basically that's it. Largely lacking shape. Very pink and very dark around the thighs. All right, guys, now we're going to look at the in the nude portraits to see if my painting belongs in this art gallery. First one, Chiquita. Oblivious to the advancing lava flow, the lovely, iconic tropical spokeswoman calmly gives us an alluring wink of the eye as all hell breaks loose around her. I do like the tit out sort of thing. Fun fact, the only United States flag with a naked woman on it is the Virginia state flag, and she is topless standing on top of a dead man. And that's one of the things I really loved about living in Virginia. So this is very indicative of that. Love it. This next one says, Amazons at play. We see a surreal, misandric image of giants on a bucolic outing. 3 young women play with flying machines and reveal themselves, while the only male in the scene is splayed open as a humiliated vessel. Where is the man? Oh, he's almost like a lake. Interesting. The artist took liberties with perspective, but paid meticulous attention to anatomic details such as central figure's underboob shadow and thigh gap. Yeah, that is some really nice thigh gap, and some really nice underboob, and some really, really detailed areolas. Interesting. I like it. I like that the boobs in this photo are the only thing that are... Oh, there's that woman. There is a woman with her legs spread open, and water is pouring from her crevices. That's actually, I like the boobs in this. All right, guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to show all 3 of my art pieces once more. For my portrait, here's a picture of me. Pretty good, right? And then for my doppelganger, there's this lovely picture of the Kool-Aid Man. When you look at this, do you see Kool-Aid Man? Let me know in the comments below. And then for the nude, which again, we're going to block off, is this one. Now, you've never seen me nude, hopefully. There's actually a couple people watching this that might have. So you guys get to let me know in the comments below. Should these pieces go in the Museum of Bad Art? Am I a bad artist? Am I a good bad artist? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if this was deeply disturbing. You know what they say, you win some, you lose most. Please like and subscribe, and please also follow our podcast, Violating Community Guidelines, available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and any place you get your podcasts. We will be having a YouTube channel that goes up. It's a little bit under construction, but I will link it below if it is ready. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe to the Museum of Bad Art as well, and check them out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.